Cholakyan for Stanford, the freshman out of Burbank, and he's going to draw another freshman. It's not going to be Rafael Hipolito. It's going to be Frank DiBella for the Hokies.
Yeah, as you saw in this, the graphic, a late opportunity for Frank DiBella jumping into the lineup. Typically wrestles at 149 pounds, but bumping up and getting the opportunity to wrestle here tonight.
But now a chance for Cholakyan, ranked number 28 in the country, to at least end the night on a positive for Stanford. The Card trailing at 30-7 overall against the 10th-ranked Hokies.
And a shot attempt by Cholakyan. DiBella doing a good job of fending it off, but now Cholakyan, for a second, reaches over and threatens a cradle and will go out of bounds as the laces of DiBella hit the hardwood.
Cholakyan, a freshman from Burbank, California. True freshman, that is. 13-7 in his first season here with the Cardinals. 7-3 in duels. And with his coaching staff, really loves where Cholakyan is now compared to where he was when he got here.
Yeah, coaching staff said still getting to learn Cholakyan a little bit, but loves the type of competitor he is, and, you know, stepping into some big shoes, taking over for the redshirting Daniel Cardenas, who placed fourth at NCAAs last year, but having a very good season, looking for a bounce-back win after taking a uncharacteristic loss to C.J. Hamblin of Oregon State last week.
Yeah, that put Stanford in a really tough spot in that duel against the Beavers, one that they were able to come back in, and Coach Ayers credits Zach Hansen, who was filling in the lineup for really kick-starting the way that the second half of that duel started for the Card.
Early stall warning for DiBella. But now it's DiBella who takes a shot on the edge, but we go out of bounds.
Stanford has had double digits in every dual meet this season except for its loss to second-ranked Iowa back on November 9th, a 32-9 win for Iowa.
Cholakyan going for a little bit of a throw attempt as he gets his three, and now he's threatening a half. He has that left arm of DiBella barred up. In a good position to try and threaten some near fall here. Gets the opposite side wrist control. DiBella in a precarious position under here, as Cholakyan looking to run that left shoulder over the head of DiBella.
And he's trying to get the turn, and he's inching closer. At the end of the first period, and it's 3-0 our score.
Yeah, good job by DiBella of fighting that off. Very dangerous position, as are a lot of positions with Grigor Cholakyan. He is a high flyer, but Cholakyan able to get his opening 3 points, and he takes the first period lead.
Yeah, 7 wins this season by tech fall or pinfall for Cholakyan. So that's over half of his 13 wins to begin his collegiate career.
DiBella does a good job of getting his escape quickly. So now it's 3-1. As now a really good inside trip attempt by DiBella, but even better defense out of Cholakyan as now he goes for a big headlock, and he's got DiBella on his back.
The count begins. He needs a little bit more. On his backside, DiBella. And Cholakyan finishes with authority.
And just as I was saying, the fireworks ability of Grigor Cholakyan He ends tonight with a bang. A huge headlock on the edge of the mat. There's the opening takedown. He threatens the half. Almost had a pin opportunity in the first period. But then here in the second, a huge headlock. Feet staying in bounds. He's just picking up that head and just waiting for those shoulders to go flat. And he picks up a team-leading 5th fall on the year.
And look, even though it didn't end the way Stanford would have liked for it to end tonight, certainly a fantastic way to end it. You can see the guys celebrating on the Stanford side. You know how much that means to them.
Yeah, like you said, the duel is in hand, but on a personal level for Cholakian, that bounce-back win that we're talking about gets him right back on the right track. And now you carry this momentum any way that you can find it into the 3-duel road trip next weekend.
It certainly is going to be a gauntlet as we look at how tonight went, starting all the way up at the 125s and working down. We started at 165s, and Logan, it was a good start to the night for Stanford. They got the win from Hunter Garvin in a major decision, and then the win by Nick Stemmet, which was his best win of the season. Things were looking good at that point for the card.
Yeah, great start for Garvin and Nick Stemmet, as you said, getting a season-defining win. But Virginia Tech relied on their veterans, especially in those close matches. All-Americans Wolak and Stewart, they get their wins at the top of the show, and then down the stretch. McGonigal with an overtime victory, Latona with an overtime victory. Then they relied on their returning national champion. He gets a dominant Tech fall and really puts this one out of hand. But again, an exciting finish as Grigor Cholakyan caps this one off with a pin.
Got a good feel for what two of the best teams in the Atlantic Coast Conference can bring, and it was a fun one here tonight inside Maples Pavilion. So Stanford falls to 8-3 on the season, 1-2 in conference. Virginia Tech picks up win number 7. They're 7-2, and they're now 3-1 in ACC action and in prime position to contend for the championship against NC State, which will be in just a couple of weeks. That'll do it for our coverage here tonight on the farm. It was a good one, and Virginia Tech flexing their muscle, taking down Stanford on their home mat by a final of 30-13. On behalf of Logan Sass, Brian Brownfield, and our entire Stanford crew, we thank you so much for tuning in tonight. The Hokies victorious over the Cardinal. You've been watching this production